Hi everyone, it's Dave at Vinyl Nirvana. Today I just wanted to talk about probably the question I get asked most frequently, which is why should I consider a vintage turntable when there are contemporary tables on the market that come with a warranty, etc. And I've written about this in my blog. If you want to read about it, it's a June 2011 blog. But I just wanted to talk about it so you can hear my voice and my passion about this particular topic. So for many years in the early 2000s, I ran two turntables in my home system. One was a contemporary turntable and one was a vintage turntable. The table that I had at that particular time was a Merrill modified AR ES1 with the full host of Merrill mods. And during that time I ran a Music Hall 5.0, a Music Hall 7.0, and a Riga P3. As the second turntable in the system. And the one I ran the longest was the Music Hall 7.0. And I listened to a lot of vinyl, and what I found over a period of about 18 months when those two particular turntables were running simultaneously was that a series of weeks went by and I was pulling an album out of a sleeve and I realized it had literally been weeks since I'd played anything on the Music Hall, that I seemed to just naturally, subconsciously be going for the vintage turntable, the Merrill AR, and using that. And it was at that point that I sold the Music Hall, and since if I've been running two turntables, it's always been two vintage turntables. What do I love about these turntables? It's the suspended subchassis belt-driven design. I just think that's the height of turntable design. If you think about the popularity of vinyl in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, it was the main format that was used. Of course, manufacturers were doing everything they can to promote that product and put research into that product. And I think they reached that pinnacle during that particular period of time, and it's a suspended subchassis belt-driven design. If you think of that tone arm and that stylus reading information from a groove with information that's hundreds of times smaller than a human hair, it's really important that that tone arm and that stylus are isolated. And I just believe that the suspended subchassis supplies that isolation better than any other type of format of turntable. I also am totally enamored with the simplicity of the design of these AR and these Thorens turntables. They're very easy to work on, they're very do-it-yourself, and they're made with a level of craftsmanship and materials which just doesn't exist today very often. And they're a joy to work on, they're a joy to restore, and evidence is the turntable that you're looking in front of you right now, a Thorens TD166. They just clean up beautifully, and the sound is rewarding once you do a little bit of work to these particular turntables. I know a lot of folks I talk to worry about parts, and two great things in that realm. One is eBay. Yes, sometimes you do have to pay through the nose for a part, but at least they're there, and eBay has become a great resource for these vintage turntables. In addition, if you purchase from me a vintage AR or Thorens, I have the largest stash of AR and Thorens parts probably in North America. So if something does go wrong and you've purchased from me, I don't care if it's 3 months or 3 years down the line, you can email me, call me, and I will help you with the repair of whatever part you might need for the turntable. That's something you get from purchasing from me at Vinyl Nirvana. Also, in terms of resources, there are great websites out there. I have them listed on my links page and on my do-it-yourself page to help folks with these vintage turntables. But they really are a joy, they really are well made, and I sincerely have no doubt that most of these turntables are going to outlive all of us. Me as I speak, and probably you as someone who may purchase one, these are going to be something that you're going to be able to pass on to the next generation in your family. Thanks for listening, and I hope this was helpful in answering the question that I asked the most. Thanks.